Hi, my name is Claire from Your Soul Energy, and today I want to show you a technique, and I have my lovely glamorous assistant Lauren. She's here to help me demonstrate to you this particular technique. The technique is called the sway. It's not a very glamorous name, it just is what it is because that's what the body does. And the sway is a way for us to communicate with our body and get a response in a yes-no style to questions that we might ask it. So for instance, I will use the sway to check out what kind of herbal tea to have because I have a huge array of them. I might also use it to check what my body actually wants for my meals, or even what exercise it wants to do, all manner of things. But basically what I want to show you is this technique that you can use and apply in your life as you see fit in order to see what is most supportive for you. Okay, so we're going to do this technique which comes from kinesiology, and it's just a way, as I say, of communicating with your energy by the energy moving forward for a yes or backwards for a no. So Lauren is going to show you how to do this as I talk you through it. So first of all, we're going to start literally with our feet hip width apart, so you've got a nice firm base. I want your knees to be nice and soft. Brilliant. Perhaps not, so I can't show you what Lauren's knees are looking like because we haven't got someone on the video, it's just us. But you don't need to have a good bend, you just need to be kind of soft enough that you can wiggle, as it were, not rigid, but soft in the knees, just not bent in the knees, okay? Because you'll get tired if you stay bent in the knees. You want to be able to do this with maximum ease is what we're looking for. Hands and arms down by the side, as Lauren is here. And also so that you're not crossing over your energy, you're just making sure that you are open to whatever your body's got to say, and by having your arms down by your side you're also not fiddling because we can get distracted really easily. That's what we do, isn't it? Especially us as humans. So once we've got to that space, I want you to close your eyes, and we're going to close our eyes so that we stay focused on what it is we're going to ask ourselves. And as you've closed your eyes, bring your attention down into your heart space. So what I'm imagining at the moment, and what I've asked Lauren to do, is to bring her thoughts, her feelings, and sort of how she looks at the world out through her heart. So she's going to be imagining almost that she has eyes looking out from her heart so that she stays in that space rather than popping back up into the head. And the reason for this is that the sway comes from this space, doesn't come from the head. It's coming from her energy, not her brain, okay? So we're actually going to ask that that's where we keep our awareness. And we do some calibration statements, and we usually just use our name as a calibration statement. So I would say my name is Claire. Lauren is going to say my name is Lauren. If your name is one that gets shortened, so for instance Elizabeth, if you were called Elizabeth or Lilybeth or something when you were small, and yet now you might be Liz or Beth or something different, your sway might not respond to your name the same way. So use your date of birth instead. But for today's demonstration, we're just going to stick with our names because we don't have any issues or any history of being called something different, and that's important to remember. So we're going to use the statement my name is and put our names in, and we're going to see where the energy takes us. So over to Lauren.
My name is Lauren.
And can you see that she's very gently moving forward? Brilliant. Now when you first start, you might find that your energy doesn't move you forward anywhere near as much as this, and that's quite normal because when we're not used to talking to our sway, it can be very, very gentle and almost non-existent, but you might feel a pull in your body. Do you feel a pull?
Yes, I felt the pull sort of from my abdomen, like pulling me forwards.
Brilliant. So she's coming from this space, the energy space where we've put the awareness, and that's where her energy is taking her. Obviously we need to check that's a yes answer, going forwards is a yes answer. We now need to check that the no goes backwards. Okay, so we're going to use the calibration statement again using my name is, but then pick a name that means nothing to you. In this instance we're going to use Penelope, but if you have a Penelope in your family, don't use that name, or even in your friendship group. So over to you.
My name is Penelope.
Brilliant. And can you see that her sway is quite forceful going backwards? That's quite normal, that the no seems to be stronger than the yes. Don't quite know why. But as you get used to doing this, it becomes equal. It's just to start with that you might feel it's more forceful one way or the other. Okay, how did that feel for you?
Quite a strong pull back, yeah.
Okay, so it's a definite no.
Yeah.
Okay, brilliant. If, for instance, you have your energy going in the opposite directions and your no is forwards and your yes is backwards, we're going to show you how to get your energy moving the right way round. When I first started, I had to do this a lot because I felt tired all the time. So actually, that's one thing to note. If you feel tired and that you're pushing against things all the time, there's a good chance that your energy is going the wrong way. And you'll need to keep practicing these little techniques to actually bring your energy forwards. So we're going to do something similar to the cross crawl, which is a technique created by Donna Eden, which basically brings your energy knitting across the body. So I'm going to step back a little bit, and Lauren and I are going to show you how to do this. So we get one hand and we're going to put it to the opposite knee. We're literally kind of stepping and crossing. We're weaving the energy across our bodies. Okay. If this is uncomfortable for you, if you can't move very easily, then you can do this sitting down, just moving your arms. Okay, we just do that for a few more goes, breathing as you go. And then start to bring the arms up so that you're kind of weaving that energy over the body. Keep moving the knees if you can, but at a slightly crosswise way so that you're still knitting the energy across your body. Okay, brilliant. Then we also take a sip of water, because if we're dehydrated, our energy doesn't flow properly and we won't be able to get an answer from it very easily. So water's the next one. I think that's yours.
Thank you.
Take a good sip or a gulp, depending on how thirsty you are. Give yourself a few moments, and then we're going to do it again. So I want to show you if that's made any difference to Lauren's energy, because sometimes it can, just to make sure you've got enough water. But she's had quite a lot today, so it might not make any difference, but we'll have a look. Okay, so you do your calibration statements. Again, feet planted on the floor, knees are nice and soft, not bent. Awareness down in the heart, so looking out from the heart, but with your eyes closed, okay? When you're ready.
My name is Lauren.
Okay, can you see how strong that sway is now? Now, we only started doing this morning, and this is our fourth take, and when we first started, her energy was slower to respond and didn't move as far. So with 4 goes, she is now moving much more fast and much more forcefully. So it really can change quickly. And let's do your calibration statement backwards.
My name is Penelope.
And you can see again, really strong backwards. She's had to take a step to catch up with her body, and that's quite normal too. So practice, practice, practice. I don't think there's anything else to share. Any questions?
No, it seems quite simple.
Okay, so what we might do is just check in, because you might have wanted, did you want to ask a question?
Oh, I'd like to ask about fasting actually.
Okay, so she's going to ask a question that requires a yes or a no answer. And then when she does this, she's going to hold the question in her mind so that she's actually focusing all of her space and her attention onto that, rather than being distracted by what's going on around. So again, making sure that you follow this. Your knees are soft but not bent. Your hips are kind of planted. Your feet are hip width apart. You close your eyes. You bring your awareness down to the heart space, and you might need to take a few breaths to do that. And then you ask the question.
Would fasting be suitable for my body? Oh no.
Okay, so it's gently saying yes. Did you notice that it took quite a lot of time? And it might well be, my feeling as an energy worker is that her question wasn't quite specific enough, in that it was asking, well, how long are you fasting for? Okay. So what we could do is try it, is a 13-hour fast okay for my body? And we can work up and see what it says yes to and what it then says no to. And it might be a much more specific response as well. So we're going to give that a go just to show you.
Would a 13-hour fast be good for my body?
Okay, brilliant. So that was quite gentle, but a yes, very strong. Tend to use the word supportive rather than good, because good is kind of like a judgment word. So if we say supportive, the body goes, oh, I know what that means.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and then try your next hours, whatever they might be.
Try 16.
Okay. So again, always make sure arms are down by the side, knees are soft, awareness in the heart, eyes are closed. And when you're ready.
Would a 16-hour fast be suitable for my body?
Supportive.
Sorry.
It's all right. Just say supportive and see if it responds.
Would a 16-hour fast be supportive for my body? Yeah.
Yes. Now that took quite a while to come through, so I would bring it down to 14 and just see if it's more okay with that. What I've noticed with my own swaying is that when my body's not sure, it takes longer to respond and is a bit more hesitant in the way it does it. When it feels very strongly, it's there. It's either a yes or a no, but when it's a bit like, it takes it a little bit longer and it's not quite so, as I say, not quite so forceful. So try the 14.
Okay. Would a 14-hour fast be supportive for my body?
Yes. Okay, let's just check in. Would it be better? Actually, I'm going to ask her body. This is going into the realm of energy healing, but it might be interesting for you. Is your body okay for me to talk to it directly?
Yeah.
Okay. So if I say to you, would your body feel more supported by not fasting? Okay, you can see that she's not really doing anything. So the question doesn't really have a response. So it could be that actually it makes no difference if she does or doesn't. Her body doesn't have any preferences either way, and then it's just up to her which way she goes, whether she chooses to do a 14-hour fast or a 16. Let's just check in. We're going to do something a bit weird and see whether it comes out. Would a 94-hour fast support my body? Just check that. Brilliant, brilliant. Come into your awareness.
Would a 94-hour fast be supportive for my body?
You can see it's going backwards. So she can't do 94 hours, her body won't like that. I don't think there's any surprise there. Okay, thank you very much, Lauren, and thank you for watching. Have fun with it. If there's any questions, just post a message on Facebook or even email me directly. I'm always happy to answer them. Good luck, but play around.